All right, welcome to our SoCal crew meeting. The original recording of this time, we were about 2 weeks out. This meeting has since been edited to incorporate some new things before we sent it out. So we are about a week and a half away from World Flight at this point in time. So we're going to go over all of the things you guys need to know as our crew and being at Rookie's house and everything you need to know for World Flight and the event. I'll make this as quick as possible. There will be 2 code words that will be in this meeting that you will need to message me so I know that you guys have listened to this. If you guys do not listen to this meeting, you will not be flying in the World Flight. So please make sure you guys take the time to listen to the meeting. I will be reaching out to each of you individually for the link to this message video as well. So with that, let's go ahead and get started. So we're going to go over some brief, quick rules here. What do's and don'ts for our World Flight. As you know, you guys, we're doing this for charity. That's our main goal, raise money for our charity. This is our first time our team is doing an event. We'll be doing events throughout the entire year, not just World Flight. Moving forward, we will be doing other events throughout the year that the team will be participating in. But for World Flight this year, main things, as you guys know, most of us are streamers. When we are streaming now, there's certain things we don't want to do on stream that could be negative for our content as well as our channels that we're streaming to and just for our overall team. Obvious things, no politics, anything like that in chat during the flights. Nothing acknowledging like the Russian-Ukraine war. That's all off limits. No bashing World Flight for them stiffing USA in any destinations. I know most of us are upset that we're not going any U.S. destinations this year in World Flight for whatever petty reasons. Have that behind closed doors. It's not a time to air our dirty laundry during our streaming in World Flight. And of course, nothing offensive, racial, sexual, anything like that. We try to keep it clean. We want to have fun. That's the #1 goal. Let's have fun. Let's enjoy doing with each other. Just a few basic things of what not to do on stream. As well as make sure you guys don't play any real music in there from like your phones. Be mindful of what audio you're doing. Obviously, there's copyright issues, so playing any kind of copyrighted music. Being at Rookie's house, we encourage everyone on the team to hang out during the appropriate hours, to hang out, get to know the team. You guys can go out to lunch, whatever you guys want to do, have lunch at Rookie's house, whatever it is. But those hangout times at 7 a.m. to 10 p.m., during that window hour, we are allowed to hang out in Rookie's area by the sim. Only those that are actually staying the night at his house and have rooms in his house can go in the house, with the exception, obviously, everyone can go in to use the restroom that's right inside the door from the garage. But the rest of the house is limited to only those that are staying there. But 7 a.m. to 10 p.m., everyone can hang out around the sim, in the garage, outside the garage. From 10 p.m. to 7 a.m., it's essential crew only. Only the dispatch and the pilots and jump seat guys that are part of the flight are during that time at Rookie's house, unless, again, you're staying the night, approved by Rookie to stay the night at his house. We encourage all of you guys to get there as early as possible for your flight, especially your first initial flight, as we want to go over things in person with you. We want to point out things you're going to need to know about the sim. There may be little nuances, things that need to be worked around, but are completely, flyable. The sim right now in its state is probably 95% fully operational. We're finishing up the last minute things here, which is mainly audio and streaming stuff. Everything though is fully operational. There's just some quirks that we may have to work around, but we'll go over those all before your first flight, so everyone is on the same page. But there will be, like I said, an extra meeting on your very first flight that you're flying on, so everyone's on the same page with how to use the sim. If you guys have any scheduled changes, please also make sure you reach out 24 hours at least notice, so we can make accommodations to fill your slot. If for some reason you cannot make your flight, please let us know. Or if you just would like to change, or if you want to talk to someone about changing with them, please let us know so we can do that. Everyone has a uniform as well. You either have to wear your shirt that Rookie has purchased for everyone, our SoCal Crew shirt, or you can wear a real pilot shirt with epaulets. However, you both have to be in the same uniform. So if you want to wear the pilot shirt, the pilot you're flying with has to wear the same shirt, has to be in the same form of uniform. The jump seater is the only one that just has to wear the Rookie shirt. He does not have to be in the epaulets. If you guys are in the epaulets, it's just the pilot's got to match. With that, also, we want to make sure we're cleaning up after ourselves. No trash in the cockpit, okay? We don't want to leave enough trash in the cockpit. Take your bottles, your drinks, your peanut papers, and make sure we just empty the cockpit trash every time we come out after our flights. That'd be greatly appreciated. Next, if you guys can see the schedule on the screen, this is the schedule on here. The yellow slots for me, okay, these are open slots that I would like someone to take and fill for me. I have taken up extra flights because there was just open availability, mainly for the pre-flight, which is on the Friday night when we're repositioning the plane to Australia from Ontario. I got 2 back-to-back flights there. If someone could please would like to step up and take those flights, please reach out to me, let me know. As well as the 3rd flight in World Flight, if someone would like to step up and take that flight as well. Which would give me a little bit of break so I don't have 4 in a row there, because I have 2 jump seats plus the two legs flying and pilot monitoring. So please reach out to me if you have that, and I can get some accommodations made for you. Next year, as I mentioned, like I said, there'll be maybe small minor things to work around during the flight. Nothing too crazy though at this point. Everything's very flyable. We are only flying from the left seat. The yoke and everything does work from the right seat. However, the view will not be straight from the right seat. So it is not accurately flyable. Now, in an emergency situation, you could take control from the right seat if the captain, for some reason, became incapacitated during flight, or for some emergency reason had to leave the cockpit, and it was just you. You could. It would just be a little bit difficult, especially if you don't have a lot of experience in the sim. But yeah, flying only done from the left seat, except for an emergency situation. Our turnaround time. So this is also key. We do not have a lot of turnaround. We do not have a lot of time in between flights. So it's very accurate. You guys show up on time. You show up for your schedule on here. It will be printed out per day and it will be posted there so everyone can take a look at who's got what on what days. The schedule will be readily available. It will also be separated by day. But it is very important you get there by the time it says you must be on site, so we're prepared and ready to go. If there is any big delays, you will be notified. We will send out a text in the WhatsApp chat, which I believe most of us are in. If you're not, please go in there so that way we can notify you if there is any big delays. We're not expecting any big delays, but we only have 40 minutes between legs. I believe the first 2 flights have a little bit extra time, but not much. There's only 40 minutes, I believe, per flight of turnaround time. So let's just be mindful of that, and hopefully we can stay on time. We want to get out as quickly as possible. We would like to be able to turn around, push back within 30 minutes. That gives us extra time on the ground for ground traffic, holding. You know, traffic could get crazy during this event, and there could be delays, obviously, because of other traffic. We should get priority clearance from what I'm told for being the World Flight team. However, they still have to accommodate everyone that's on VADSIM. So it's very important we stick to our schedule and we hustle and get things done accurately and as quick as possible. I'd rather have extra time sitting in the cockpit being able to talk to chat before we push back, and everything's ready to go as soon as ATC is ready for us. But yeah, very crucial. It's only 40 minutes. There is no breaks. It is one continuous loop. There is no big break for people to catch up anywhere once World Flight starts. The only breaks we have is before World Flight and after World Flight during our repositioning flights to and from Sydney. Flows for the aircraft. Just going to go over a quick thing. You guys should have done the training or looked at the briefing training. You guys need to make sure you know what you're doing so we don't look stupid. If you guys have any questions on that, please reach out to me and Shadow ASAP before or when you're there, and we can go over flows with you in person as well, so that way you're on the same page. I'm more than happy to do it on Microsoft or X-Plane or whatever as well, remotely before World Flight. Please reach out. But the flows, just to give it a brief thing of it, the pilot monitoring, the right seat, responsible setting up the entire aircraft, clearance, overhead, getting the clearance from ATC, overhead tests, putting the position for the IRSs into the FMC for the captain. Captain or pilot flying is responsible for getting the flight plan set up, the performance set up, okay, and doing the briefing, obviously. When the pilot is hand flying the aircraft, it becomes the pilot monitor's responsibility to handle pretty much everything on the aircraft. The MCP, the FMC, all that becomes the pilot monitoring's responsibility anytime the pilot is hand flying the aircraft. Once the pilot is on autopilot, then the captain will be handling the FMC changes and the MCP unless he instructs the first officer to change something. Okay, all this is also done during a pre-flight briefing. You guys get on the same page with exactly how you want to do it. Our main goal is just to not step over each other and to look like we know what we're doing. Like I said, I don't expect everything to be 100% perfect. We're human. We're not real pilots. We're simulator pilots. But we want to look like we know what we're doing. Just be on the same page. Get on the same page during your briefing time with whoever you're flying with. So that way, you guys know what to expect in the cockpit. Okay. Be gentle as well in the sim. Okay, things are fragile. There are things that are very sturdy, but there are things very fragile. The armrests. Don't put a lot of weight on the armrests. They will break in the chairs. You can gently rest your arms on them, but do not use them to push yourself up or pull yourself. There is a grab bar above your head next to the window that you can use to pull yourself in your seat and pull yourself up. But don't use any of the equipment in the plane to push yourself and hold yourself. Be very gentle with the seats, including the jump seat. Our new jump seat is in there and available now. And it's very sturdy to sit on. Just do not lean back in the jump seat. It will break the jump seat because it's not currently installed fully for the backrest to be supported. But you can sit in it, no problem. Just don't lean back in it. Like I said, be mindful of the cameras coming in the cockpit. Watch your head. Hitting things. It's a very tight fit. It's not, it's not very big. And I know some of us are some big guys and tall guys. So just be mindful. Watch the cameras as you come in, the microphones and all that stuff. Watch your step. When you lean the seat back, make sure you put the seat back up before you move your seat back, or else you're going to hit the circuit breaker panel and break something. So just be mindful of what you're doing. Ask questions you're unsure. We don't want to break anything and ruin anything in Rookie's Nice Sim. When you're in the sim, you're going to have ground crew. So we are going to be talking to the ground handling crew when they are connecting the tow for a pushback, connecting ground power, all that good stuff. When we're good to start engines, and that's all going to be done through Discord, so you'll be able to hear in our headset. The dispatch station will be controlling all of that from the dispatch station, controlling our pushback tug, stopping it, starting it, and so that will be done through Discord. To get in and out of the cockpit, there is a phone, and there's a phone right behind the pedestal. There's a phone in the galley, in between the jump seats on the left side of the galley. That phone is used to communicate inside the cockpit, and no other way are you allowed to go in the cockpit without calling in and getting buzzed in. Don't knock on the door or yell through the door. You got to use the phone. The captains are responsible or the pilots are responsible to answer the phone unless they're in sterile cockpit mode. The jump seater can then answer the phone. But if they're not during sterile cockpit and there's a jump seater in there, the pilot or the pilot flying and pilot monitoring will answer the phone. The captain has the final approval when allowing people into the cockpit, and when they are going to allow them. Okay, there's no going in and out of the cockpit except for an emergency during sterile cockpit. For sterile cockpit, that's going to be any time when we are 10,000 feet above the landing surface. So if you're taking off at Denver at 5,000 feet, in a sterile cockpit till 15,000 feet, which is 10,000 feet above the ground. Or if you're landing in Denver, same thing, 15,000 feet and below, sterile cockpit, there is no talking to chat. The pilots flying, pilot monitoring are not to talk to chat at all. During this period, you're to focus on your flows and procedures and get the aircraft safely in the air and on the ground. During this time, the jump seater is the only one that can acknowledge chat. The jump seater is only going to acknowledge any donations during this time. We want to make sure we acknowledge the donations because that's what our goal is, to get donations. But he still has to be mindful to not talk when we're talking to ATC because it will hear whatever it says in his mic if we're holding the talk button. So jump seater just has to be mindful of that. Just a brief acknowledgement. Hey, thank you for the donation. You can always expand on that donation once we're out of sterile cockpit mode or whatever anyone else is saying. And then just be mindful when everyone's talking in the cockpit to not talk over each other. Take turns talking to chat, however you guys want to do it once you're out of sterile cockpit. But again, that's 10,000 above ground level, wherever we're taking off or arriving to. The other thing, too, on the flow is just a reminder, most of the lights come off at 18,000 feet and go on at 18,000 feet, which are in the flows. It's going to be way different than most streamers are used to 10,000 feet. The only thing that comes off below 10,000 feet is going to be the taxi light and the retractable lights. The regular landing lights, the runway turn-off lights, and the wing light go on and off 18,000 feet. Okay. With that, we got the going in the cockpit. Jump seats. So you can reserve a jump seat. You can see on the schedule here, we have a column for jump seats. If you would like to reserve a jump seat, please let me know. This makes it to where no one else can go in that jump seat but you for that flight. If you would like to give it up, then anyone else at that time can go if no one else has reserved it. Anything that's open, anyone that's there hanging out can jump in the cockpit. People can come in and out as a jump seat. You can change jump seaters. But the jump seat reserved is just so you can reserve for yourself if you want to be on that flight, so no one else can take it from you. But we welcome and we want everyone, and we want a jump seater on every flight if possible. We'd like you guys to volunteer for these jump seats. It just makes it a lot more fun. The jump seater is responsible for keeping track of the donations that will print out of the printer during that flight, as well as probably picking the winners for our raffles and our giveaways. That's one thing I want to mention too. We are going to be doing giveaways and raffles. The difference, a giveaway is something we're giving away and it's completely free. However, some of the bigger prizes are going to be a raffle, and we have to make sure we call it a raffle and not a giveaway, because the raffles will be donation based. They have to donate something to be entered into that raffle, because again, we're trying to generate donations for the charity. So it's a minimum $5 donation when we're giving away, for example, our top prize, which is 2 FMCs. You can choose from a Boeing or an Airbus FMC from Flight Deck Solutions, 2 of them. On that flight, for example, that would be a donation-based one, so it'll be a raffle. They have to donate a minimum of $5. They'll be entered into the raffle. Some smaller giveaways will be used as regular giveaways, where those that cannot afford to donate can still get a qualify for some kind of prize. And those will be given away just like we do on stream with StreamBot, Streamlabs, and the bot. Everyone enters !point giveaway, and they join the giveaway. Dispatch. Whoever is dispatching is the relief pilot if there's not a jump seat. The jump seater is the relief pilot. Anytime a pilot needs to come out and use the restroom, someone needs to go in his place. We can't leave the chair open. So if there's no jump seater, the dispatch will go in and fill that seat until the pilot returns back to the leg. And again, you'll be using the phone to go in and out and making sure the cockpit is secure, check the cameras before just opening the door. All pilots are also going to be responsible. We have a maintenance log. Let me bring up the maintenance log here and show you on the screen. On the maintenance log here, you'll see something like this. It'll be in the tablet. You guys will be shown how to select it in the tablet. If there's anything that goes wrong in your flight, you are responsible for reporting it, what the issue is, okay? On the tablet, it has all this stuff. So headsets. So say if your headset's being loud or glitchy or you're getting weird noise, you can select the status here. You can select usable issue, inoperable, or repaired, or no issue. You don't have to report everything as a no issue. Just leave it as select one. If you don't change anything, we know there's no issue. But say it's a usable issue, okay, you would go in there and then you would put the date of whatever that is for that issue. And then you would go over here to the next column where it says reported by, and you would find your name in here and put your name as reported by. Our tech team will be the ones that will be seeing this live updating. If they can update it while you're still flying, or they can do it during in between flights if it's something that has to be done, then they'll do it. If they repair it, they'll put their name on here, whoever it's repaired by, the date. You can also put some comments in here if you want to put any comment and explain what the issue is. So headset, you could put, squeaking noise or something, whatever you have in there. So we know somewhat what the issue is. It doesn't have to be, full paragraph or anything. Keep it short and simple. And you would put this on each flight. There is a tab for each flight. So you're going to go, when you get into your flight, when you're doing your pre-flight briefing, you can look at this already on your tablet. There'll be 4 tablets in use. 2 in the cockpit at all times. When the pilots come out, they'll take those tablets with them. The pilots coming in will have 2 other tablets to take in with them and plug in. And then so that way they can get all their stuff ready before their flight. You can be checking this. All you're going to do is look at the tab before look at the flight before you, see if they've reported anything. When pilots come out of the cockpit, they're also responsible to make sure that they communicate with the crew coming in. If they had issues, let them know, hey, be aware we had these issues. Something quick and simple, and then they can look at this and know what they need to do to deal with it for their flight. Communication is key, guys. To just being successful here for World Flight. It's really all we're looking for. The first word as well for this is going to be SoCal. So if you guys are paying attention, SoCal is the first code word you need to know to report back to me for this video and meeting. But yeah, everything is key. We want to make sure that this is all going well and that communication will keep that going. There may be issues here and there, but we should be able to work through all of it. During each flight, okay, everyone will have some food. Everyone is going to get 2 waters, a soda, a bag of chips, and 2 bags of nuts for their flight. So that is your options, your in-flight meals you can request from flight attendant, as well as so that's what your options are: 2 waters, a soda, bag of chips, and 2 bags of nuts for your flight is what is available to you. If you guys want anything else, please bring your own snacks, food, anything like that. They're not at this time. There's not anything that other than that Rookie will be providing. That's what Rookie is providing out of the kindness of his heart for all of you guys pilots. The other thing to mention too for pilots, there is a PA system. Each pilot has a microphone they can use, as well as a flight attendant. Someone wants to pose as the flight attendant for content, go in there and do a flight attendant announcements as well. Please do that. So the pilots are going to be required to do their announcements. Pilots must do announcements, whether it's the captain or the first officer must do their announcements like they would in the real airline. I don't know if there will always be a flight attendant announcement, but there must be pilots doing their announcements for the content. There will be a landing challenge. Rookie can give away those details during that time when you guys are there. But there, I guess, will be several awards given out, prizes for the best landing average for the week. So yeah, which also there is limitations to that as well. You cannot super float it. You have to be within the touchdown markers, and you have to be close to center line. It does not have to be a perfect center line, but you must be in an acceptable limit of the center line to qualify for the landing, to be counted as your average, as we will be keeping track of the landing rates at the dispatch station, so that way a prize can be given for those that have the best landing average for the entire event of their flights. With that, like I said, we hope everyone has fun. Everyone, if you have questions, please reach out to me. I'm almost always available, either by text or Discord, wherever you guys want to reach out, WhatsApp. Give me a call. If I miss you, I'll return your call as soon as possible. We want to get everyone on the same page. We want to get everyone trained. We want to look good. We want to have fun. This is a big event for us. This is how we make our name. First impressions are everything, guys, but we want to have fun. We hope everyone enjoys it. Like I said, reach out to me if you guys got other questions, and I'll be happy to take that, as well as you can talk to us here as well. I still want you guys to please confirm you are for sure coming to World Flight. Please confirm. I think most people have confirmed already, and there's still a couple that need to confirm. I don't know who exactly off the top of my head, but there are some people that still need to confirm. With that, I'm just going to make sure I didn't forget anything here. Like I said, it's completely flyable. Everything looks good. We're going to look good. It's going to be a lot of fun. I can't wait to fly with all of you guys. The last code word for the meeting here is going to be 8317. 8317 is the number to call with the SoCal. So let me, guys, make sure you message that back to me, and when you guys will let me know that you have watched this. This is required to fly in World Flight. You will not be flying if you have not watched this meeting, or listened to the meeting, I should say. We got questions on schedule, anything, let me know. If not, that's going to do it. And can't wait to see you guys here soon in just over a week. Mavericks out. See you.